And so let's further our construction projects into the city. So the last time I finished in Philadelphia, we have to go through more, and now we're going to end up here in Canada, the upper Canada, Montreal, and we will be waiting. Here's an army moving up to the front line, or at least at the drinking place where Spanish and French soldiers are drinking and sharing their experiences and beliefs, spending time together. Hopefully none of the nations will go to war. Besides, how will the ones in America know that the war started in Europe, right? It probably would take a race for them to find out that. Oh no, war declared. This nation has declared war on you. So Venice is once again at war. That's something expected. I guess they've lost multiple wars. This could be the third, fourth, or even fifth war that we're currently having. Oh well. A rebellion took place. Brandenburg. The people of this region have armed themselves and risen up against our government. This open rebellion must be put down at once, lest it spread to adjacent regions and leads to revolution. Okay, we already know that this region was rebelling, and we were prepared for it by gathering a strong force against them. And it's going to be a straightforward victory. Done.
Votre Majesté? En avant!
Now we can go back. A new nation arises, Morocco. A new nation has broken free from the shackles of imperialism and declared its independence. Do you recognize their sovereignty? Oh wow, look at that. Oh my god, I would never, ever acknowledge their independence. Not once in 1,000 years, while I have a strong and powerful army that could march over the dead bodies and claim the land by sticking the French flag into the soil where their dead bodies lie. And so we have prepared ourselves for an offensive. This will make Spanish situation even worse now that they're going to lose additional land. Hopefully for us they will. Now let's control the port here and prepare for another war. Now the situation here is quite interesting. We have quite a few armies, and so do they. This will be a major battle, no doubts about it. I'm gonna try and get my forces together here. That's going to be 3 armies. This army right here can stay and defend, while these will prepare for an offensive. If they break away a little bit, it's even better for us, without a doubt. Here, the situation needs to clear out after the rebellion, and I'm further investing into my settlements. and as you can see, things are looking good. So this is a governor's palace, and this is a royal palace. So it looks like we can just go for anything else. This is level 4 royal palace, and governor's palace is always also level 4. I wonder what's the difference. So plus 4 oppression, that's a big difference. Plus 3 compared to plus 3. And we get, I think, additional units here. So it seems, yeah, we do get more units. So, royal palace, the residence of a sovereign should inspire awe, and dread in equal measure, overwhelming lesser men by its magnificence. This magnificent structure is the beating heart of an empire, its nerve center and the glory of the nation, given physical form. Every carved detail, every piece of luxurious inlay, every painted ceiling, every tile on the floor has been paid for by the blood and sweat of the nation's people, and all to glorify the person of the monarch. The ruler and his estate are one, for under an absolute system of government, all power resides in the person of the monarch. The court exists only to provide obedient servants. As an absolutist system can permit no rivals to the throne, the servants of the state must be kept firmly in their place and made to remember that they wield borrowed at the best power. The source of power needs a suitably magnificent setting, a public stage where upstarts can be broken and brought to heel subtly or otherwise. All royal palaces, no matter what culture produces them, represent a substantial investment in national wealth. From Versailles in France to the palaces of the Sultan in Istanbul, money was no object when it came to royal luxury. Taxes, after all, belong to the monarch in person, not to the state. Governor's palace. This magnificent palace is the pale reflection of the monarch's glory, power, and wealth, not those of the governor's persons. In an absolute monarchy, there is a great chain of authority that stretches down from the monarch's person even to the lowliest of his subjects. Everyone has a place, sanctioned by time, custom, and the approval of the monarch, and no one is exempt from the awful majesty of the sovereign's power. This is especially true of governors away from the royal court. They may rule from marble palaces, but they do so not in their own right, but by authority granted from the crown. If any of them ever forget that the grandeur and luxury that surrounded them are entirely borrowed, the penalties for personal aggrandizement are terrible indeed. Having been raised up, they have an awfully long way to fall. In reality, many governors' residences in absolute monarchies combine luxury, for who was to say when the king would visit, with enough barracks and stables to house a small army. Absolutism always relied on the concepts of the rod and the axe to maintain authority, although by the 18th century a good stock of gunpowder and a fine collection of artillery did better service. Okay, things are looking good, and seeing that we can focus on extending our walls further, making our towns greater, is good, because the walls will give us a slight boost. Besides, if our towns are going to be much more magnificent, safer to live in, it's gonna be better. Especially better when fighting nations like Spain, or while fighting nations like Venice. In any case, already nearly 100,000 has been spent. Oh, look at that Imperial Palace, plus 5 repression in the region. So that's where the Pope lives. Maybe. Maybe not. In any case, army staff colleges are being done through the empire. Let's look at this further. Mark the bug. Still can't research this abolition of slavery. And I'm not sure what exactly does it want. And this would make lower classes much happier. However, the nobility would feel very unhappy about that. And there's no kind of easy way to find out what exactly does it need. What kind of a technological advancements need to take place for this to be once and for all accomplished. It does need a modern university though. And does that mean we do not have a modern university? It looks like we do not have a modern university. I'm not sure why we do not have a modern university. So let's tore this down and build something else. We'll see if that changes anything. Maybe it will, maybe it will not. Okay, let's move to India. I need to shuffle my armies a little bit here. And I think that it would be a good idea to prepare for further offensives now. We're just going to move multiple armies together, strike into the enemy, and we'll take additional settlements for ourselves. Boom. That's 3 armies. Look at that, they have war elephants stationed through the place. Now it looks like we'll have almost endless supply of reinforcements in this case. With 3 armies we will be able to do quite a bit of damage now to this Maratha Confederacy. And it's only a matter of time for we are going to squash them. I want to take India, disband armies in India, and build more armies in Europe and America. Exchange for the armies in India. The ones in India can just get themselves a piece of land, a proper amount of money, a proper pension, and a nice like booklet or paper saying how important you are, and you should kind of make sure that everybody's safe and well where you live. So keep the public order, and that's it. So this is the force that's going to launch the initial offensive on the enemy. And we're going to attack the walls with a straightforward attack. I expect this to be just fine. Okay, let's go here, start from this side. Done. I'm getting everybody now. Onto the walls. This will separate the forces, the enemy forces, because some of them will stay down in the center, while some of them will not. They will fight on the walls. And this is where we're hoping to take out the largest contingents. these are the last marathons here, and they're having a truly significant defensive structure. As you can see, this is a modern army that they're employing. However, the thing is that we have never been so strong in India, while they have never been so weak. And obviously they did suffer the civil war that we were not interfering much in, and it looks like they didn't change much anyway, and this didn't change the situation. However, we became more influential, we became richer, a lot richer, and we're going to strike them down. We're making enough money now to kind of not put too much pressure onto the idea that their trade routes can be successfully raided. Now it doesn't matter for us anymore. Right. It looks like everybody's on the walls now, and as you can see, nearly at the same time. That's very good for us. Very good sign. And now everybody will start climbing these walls. Here's the first French soldiers on the walls, and I want them to fight. They need to go in and fight. It looks like on some flanks there is certainly enough of us to work things out. Here I want to know what should I be doing with this squadron brigade that was here to kind of surround the enemy. More than anything, I think it would be best if we position ourselves down. These guys need to attack. These need to attack also. Here's the situation much more difficult, but we do have grenadiers present. And grenadiers here are going to be exactly what we want. However, they are so tough. The Indians, the Marathans, are so well defending this position. It looks like we can't even climb on the walls with what we've got here. Everywhere else things are a little bit better. Okay, it looks like we have taken this part of the wall completely. Alright, these guys need to descend further here. This is where we're having another bloodbath. And there's a sizable number of them. Okay. So, we have a force present. I want this force to attack their cavalry, but it probably would be best if we would all go into the house first. See how that changes anything. And we see a massacre here taking place. I'm putting quite a bit of effort really into attacking them. You see, those elephants would kill our infantrymen quite easily, the ones that are here. So I'll get them into the house and see if they can do anything. Here it looks like they are moving their elephant units forward, and that's it.